So I'm Muge Ersoy. I'm an engineering manager in London office of Spotify. I am with Spotify less than a year, 8 months. Before that, I was lucky enough to be in Rian's team in Schibsted, similar companies maybe. It was just like yesterday, we were working together actually. I'm a keen developer. I still code. I love coding. It's my ambition. The other ambition I have is helping people in their personal life or professional career. That's why I lean on engineering management path instead of IC level, just going to principal level engineering. So I listened to Kobalt's, Rian's talk, and I can safely say that we are at the same side. Spotify is really keen on helping creators. Half of our mission, the global company mission, is helping creators, 1 million creators, to live on their work, but nothing else. So we really want to pay them a lot, and we want them to just create. So we are matching with Kobalt. And about the Melody VR, I'm definitely getting one. It seems like really amazing tool. I want to see one of the gigs of my favorite artists on Oculus or similar VR tool. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking about how we do Spotify, how we do tech in Spotify. So one thing maybe you don't know, Spotify is not only a music app. We have different apps for publishers as well as artists. So one of the apps are very similar to Kobalt one. If you're a creator, you can see how many people are listening to you in any demographics, and you can pick to go to give a concert there. So let me give you a couple of numbers first to give an idea of the Spotify users. So Spotify has 180 million monthly active users. We have 180 million total users, and 83 million of them are paying us. In a different way, we don't have one default subscription. We have 3 different. One is family, which you can add up to 6 people into your account. The other one is student. If you're a student, you can pay half price. And also you can benefit from other bundles. Like if you're in a United States student, you can just get the Showtime and Hulu together with the Spotify, and you will pay $4 or something like that. 4.5, yeah. So what else? We are currently in 65 countries. We recently launched in Israel, Romania, South Africa, and Vietnam. We are planning to launch very soon in North Africa, Egypt, Algeria, all that band, 15th of November. So we currently possess 35 million tracks. It's a lot of content, and the metadata of those tracks are like trillions of gigabytes hard disk. So what I really want to talk about is actually how do we do tech in Spotify. Probably you've seen our engineering culture videos or white papers or blog posts. The things that I'm going to tell you will overlap with these stuff, as well as there are lots of changes. One thing great about Spotify is it's a constant change, and everybody is super autonomous to experiment about how they're going to do things. And we don't really tell people how to do things. So I'm going to start talking about the smallest team we have, and we call that team Squad. It's a full stack autonomous team. As you can see, it has user designers, UI designers, UX designers, product owners, product managers, technical owner or technical lead, and rest of it is full stack engineers. So if they are planning to do something like playback experience, they have to have mobile engineers as well as front-end and back-end engineers. So they consist of all the functions what they need to achieve their mission. So you can think about Squad as a mini startup. They need everything they have, and they will be consist of like 6 to 12 people. This photo is from Stockholm office. This is actually the Squad members are sitting here, and this is the Hangout Area. Hangout Area is you literally do Google Hangouts, as well as you just chill out and talk about the project or whatever you want to talk about. We only have 12 seats here, and it's not going to be more than 12 in any case. It's by design. If you are more than 12 people, this area gets really uncomfortable, and you feel like, oh man, like it's not really nice anymore. Can we split? After 12 people, it's really hard to just even making the meetings on time. So if you're more than 12, we split. We think about the product, and we are like, okay, you get this part, and the other squad will get this part, and they will become independent teams. So they are empowered fully for their mission. They have everything they need. They have, if they want to do something on mobile, they have mobile engineer. If they are releasing new microservices, their backend engineers will work on it. They will not depend on any other squad, which is really good for velocity of the deployment. So we are trying to minimize the dependencies on other teams. That's how we can work faster than any other company, or we are trying to work faster. So we can deploy all those new features for our users. All those people are very independent, and nobody really tells them anything like, oh, you need to do this and that, and I want to see the results. They are responsible collectively. If they fail as a team. If they succeed, they will succeed as a team. And that makes them like individually accountable. Like if I'm a mobile engineer in this team, I'm gonna feel really responsible about my feature. Like, because I'm the person who is leading everything on the mobile, and I'm accountable. I will try to do my best to deliver the best quality code in the fastest way. So innovation throughput over innovation velocity, that's something different that we do than other companies. So other companies, if they want to innovate something, they will gather like 4 or 5 people together, and they will work on that feature that will innovate their way. So what we do is actually we don't really spend the whole workforce for innovating something. We have that 70, 80 mobile engineers in 17 teams doing small innovations every time they build something. So the innovation throughput is a lot more than innovation velocity. So at least we learn a lot around our small iterations. And if we fail on something, we recover very fast and just cancel it, go another way, do your A/B testing. A is failing, B is good, continue with the B, and do the next iteration. So when you look at that team, there is no manager here. Nobody will tell anyone to do their job. Product owner is not the manager. Technical lead is not the manager. But the thing is, Spotify is not a no manager culture. They really appreciate managers. We believe in managers. They are helpful to grow our people, their direct reports. That's why we have something different than anyone else called chapter lead. So probably you heard about that. Chapters are functions. For example, chapter lead of backend developers. That person is specialized in backend development, and he or she is really good at their job, and they are also line manager of the bunch of backend developers. It's the same for mobile engineers or front-end developers. So chapter lead job is not 100% dedicated work. So how I see it, so I'm an engineering manager, I'm a chapter lead. I see it like 50% of my commitment on my people, my teammates, my direct reports, to grow them, to help them to get better or learn more or show ways that I already experienced and they didn't really know the way out. So that person can be or cannot be part of any squad. So I really enjoy coding. I am part of a squad. I'm coding in Swift for iOS app, and I really enjoy it. And there are a couple of people who are direct report in my group, but it's not actually, I'm not boss of any of them. Like, we are just working on their development plans. They are the hiring managers. They do the hiring committees. They are purely there for helping, not being a boss. We don't really tell anything to individual contributors. We really respect them. We hired them because they are so smart, and we think that they will teach us how to do the stuff. So there are multiple squads like that, and once you have multiple squads around like a common area, product area, like payments. I'm going to give you a solid example. I'm from payments area of Spotify, so we do lots of transactions, we are offering products, we are building the product catalog. Once you have that common product area, you create something called tribe. That's like in this photo, you can see there are multiple squads. They are around a similar product area. And with chapter leads, we have tribe leads. Chapter leads are direct reports to related area. For example, tribes has product insight lead, product management lead, or technical lead. So every single of that function reports to that tribe lead. Once the tribes are getting bigger in the same product area, we have something called mission. So, for example, I'm in premium mission in Iron Bank tribe, which does all the payments, and my squad name is very interesting, Opus, but we do product catalog. So it's like from the highest level to the lowest level, everyone in the same product area. So we do aliases. They are basically like, I mean, premium mission, there is free mission, we are sister missions, which means like we are focused on users and their experience. So these are the all chapters, missions, squads. You will belong to one of them, for sure. But we have something called guilds. So when you are part of a mission and a tribe, you kind of get siloed. You don't really talk to other missions or tribes. And this will cause lots of redundancies, or if you had more conversation going on, you could know that that product already been launched and you can benefit from it. So guilds are for that. It's optional. You don't need to be in guild, but if you do, you will benefit from it. For example, Guilds can be anything from mobile development to like wine makers or beer brewers. If you have a similar interest, you can be part of guild. You can get into a guild, you can get out of it. You don't need to be there for the rest of your time. But this gives you quite a lot of alignment. The guilds are based on co-located cities. For example, I'm in a guild of backend developers, and we have meetings with New York, Stockholm, and London at the same time, and we share our stories, and we give ourselves like, okay, these are the codes, these are the services I'm using, how can I go or find this and that? We help each other quite a lot. And in a company like Spotify, navigating through the web of Spotify is really hard. Like, there are tons of things going on and you have no idea how to find them. Guilds are a really good resource for finding out them. So those are the things which were already on the videos and the white papers or blogs. We are experimenting in London. So we started London last November. We acquired a company called Sonalytics. They're amazing people. They scan the track itself and find out who is the writer, who is the bass player, or everything related to track. So we needed that to distribute the royalties evenly and fairly. So after that, we started to hire and create another tribe in London. And we have really ambitious goals, hiring quite a lot. So one thing that we are trying here, we decided to, we have chapter leads here, but we found a couple of problems. And now we are experimenting on changing chapter leads to something else. So we are getting rid of chapter leads here in London, and we are putting engineering manager. Okay, there is no G there. Instead of technical owner, engineering manager will be responsible for the accountability of deliveries. So that's my job, actually. Why did we do that? So we have great chapter leads, but they are focused on one functions. And one step above, there is tribe lead, which is very different than chapter lead. Tribe leads are T-shaped. They are generalists. They know lots of things, but we are not able to create that pipeline internally to be tribe leads from the chapter leads. So we consciously started to hire engineering managers who has multiple function experience. And I was happened to be one at that time. So there were other problems as well, like we were not really feeling that chapter lead has the complete understanding of the other squads and what they are doing and how they can help to the individual contributors. They felt a bit of they didn't really give relevant feedback on the squad's work. So if we can just embed engineering managers into the squads and make them responsible for the accountability, we kind of try to resolve those problems. But then again, it doesn't mean that this will continue. If we fail, if we see that there is no point of doing that, we will just stop doing that and continue with something else that we think that it might be more helpful for us. Yeah, that's one of the great things that you can do in this company. Yeah, change is constant. Why change is constant? So there are a couple of things that we are trying to do here. We need velocity for sure. We have competitors. Everybody knows that. Apple Music, Deezer, Amazon Music. They are really strong companies. They have more money than we have. So all we can do, be more agile, more fast, and get rid of all those bottlenecks. Get rid of all the decision-making problems. Get rid of the synchronization bottlenecks. And if we can get rid of the dependencies as well, we can be faster. The other thing is the change necessary is providing happiness to people. We really like to have our people stick around for more than 3-4 years, so we need to provide them something different. If everything is constant, they can't really feel they are growing. We really encourage their personal and professional growth by changing things and helping them to see a career in the company. Like I said, we are scaling everywhere. We are scaling in numbers of users, we are scaling in subscribers, we are scaling on employees. We are aiming for 100% growth next year. So we need to find a way of scaling this, and we just try to do it in a right way, because once you try to hire hundreds of people, it's really tricky, because we are also trying to keep the culture the same and open and autonomous. If you don't do it carefully, you might just screw up your culture and it will become one of those companies. So we're really trying to not do that. Other than that, one thing is adaptability. Everything is changing around us as well, so we need to adapt that. The model itself should be open to changes, like our agile methodologies. So we can experiment and it can just grow naturally with the changes around it. These are the things that we are focusing on a lot. When we are changing all those things, we are very careful about how our people are feeling. That's why every week we are sending surveys. We use that tool called Office Vibe. It's an anonymous survey. We put a couple of questions like feedback questions. There are tons of great things coming from the results, both good things and constructive feedbacks, which we are addressing it every week in our leads team. We get together, we read all those comments, we try to find out how we can address them and make them feel better, how they work, how they socialize. So that's one of the primary jobs that I have as well with the rest of the leads. I think that's all I'm gonna talk about.